Well, first of all, I mean, it's the Guy Ritchie version of King Arthur. So he's a little, we discussed the origin of him, not like the origin story of King Arthur, but the origin of the man behind the legend. And, he's orphaned, living on the streets and having to sort of fend for himself. Just to get blood flowing a bit. It just creates a much more dramatic and interesting starting place with just great scope, because by the end of this, sorry, that's all right. This would be a fun little moment to show how clumsy I am. But yeah, so basically, the way Guy has started this journey just gives a lot more scope. There's a greater journey to be had. I mean, we just obviously did our in-print interview and talked at length about how much I love Guy Ritchie. I realized that this has been by far and away the best experience I've ever had making a film, and I attribute that wholeheartedly to Guy. It's so wonderful to work with a filmmaker who you trust completely. It's all just about taste, and Guy has the most impeccable taste of anybody I've ever met. So it's been really a special and exciting experience working with him. Like I said, we meet Arthur as a street urchin. There's nothing noble about him in the beginning. So Guy and I had basically wanted to explore what is the 6th century version of jeans and a t-shirt and a hoodie, and sort of this is what we came up with. We're into summer now in England. It's particularly hot summer so far, so the leather strides have been a rather ambitious clothing choice. But yeah, no, I've got a pretty comfy, cool costume. Yeah, it's a beautiful sword. They did a lovely job designing it. I mean, there's some ancient sort of characters here and a little bit of that folded steel effect that you see a lot on Japanese knives these days. And then a little crystal. I was so excited when I saw this crystal on the end. It took me back to my childhood, putting marbles on the top of my sword or like on my staff that I'd built myself. I mean, I was really into this stuff as a kid, so I loved that detail of the crystal in the end, because that's what I was all about when I was a kid. Yeah, I've been spending a huge amount of time with this sword, and I've been told under no circumstances am I allowed to steal it when the film is finished, but we'll see about that. Right, Steve? You're gonna let me take the sword, right?
I don't think he's here.
Oh, conveniently left the building. Oh well, maybe I'll just slip it in my suitcase.